Hi, so I'm Julie Russell. I'm a friend of Nigel's. I'm very excited about this new film he's doing, Automatic. And today I'm lucky enough to meet some of the actors who have taken part in that. So I have here Stuart and Gillian, and I'd like to know a little bit more about you. So, Stuart, if we start with you, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you know Nigel?
I've been acting for a long time. I think since the early 90s. So I've been plugging away, doing various things, random things. I spent 2 years at drama college, moved down to Brighton to pursue acting full time. And of course, there's a lot of acting going on in Brighton, lots of projects and opportunities. I was with the Brighton Fringe for a long time. I've done a lot of theatre, touring, and stuff like that, but I've been kind of concentrating on film a lot more in the last few years. And that's how I met Nigel. I met Nigel 6 years ago when I was doing an independent feature film called High Water. And Nigel was helping us out, cameraman, all sorts of things he was doing. I think he even supplied us with some supporting artists as well. And I think, yeah, he was there quite a lot over 6 months.
Mm,
And I think I've worked with him. I went on holiday with him. I went to Cannes Film Festival 2 years ago with Nigel,
right.
along with to Ewan. So yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel like I've known Nigel for a long time. And yeah, he's great. I love working with Nigel. He's very, very easygoing.
Brilliant. Thank you. And Gillian, how about you?
Well, you can see definitely been in it for a while. And like any actor creative these days, we dabble in everything, don't we? I do have a passion for theatre, but it's really great also to work in film and TV. So independent film is a great place also to be. I didn't know Nigel before the film. I know Angela, who's been working with
Oh,
Nigel
yes.
on script and the story and performing. I worked with Angela before. We met actually over lockdown online, like so many other connections I made during that time. We met first online. And yeah, we did a few personal projects together and became friends and go to things and kind of started this relationship that we both kind of knew different groups of people in the sector, but we bring each other in to different projects that we're involved in. So she called me about this role, this film to read in for Nigel. So I met Nigel on the Zoom read, and yeah, then they decided to cast me as Donna. So this is my first experience with Nigel, and
Mhm.
it has been a fantastic one so far. I concur with Stuart. He's very easy to talk to. He's really, yeah, he listens really well. And on set, he's also really good at being open to ideas and really listening to what you need as well. Um, just a little
Brilliant.
example. We did the scene with Stuart, isn't it? There was the
Yeah.
end of the scene, there was such a shift in the scene. Um, I don't know, the flow of the ending, something wasn't working. And I just kind of turned around to Nigel and said, Nigel, you know what? Let's try a pickup. When you kind of end the scene at this beat, take a breath, and then pick it up for the next
Uh-huh.
beat. And he was like, I said, can we just try that? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem at all. And of course, we tried it and it worked. And to get that from your director is really lovely. So I
Yeah,
would
so he
definitely,
listens, and that's a really good thing. I don't
Yeah,
want us
he
to give anything too much away about the film, but could you tell us a bit about your characters? I mean,
well,
Stuart, here you go. Yeah.
I'm playing Ray. Basically, he's a nice guy. He's the go-to guy for IT. He knows everyone. I don't think he's the kind of guy that just makes such an effort to be everyone's friend, but I think he just genuinely is. The last scene I did, we had a long filming day, and basically, there's a character called Adrian. Now, he's very volatile, very hot-headed, hot-tempered, kicking off in the corridor. He's going mad. And I'm like trying to calm him down because I feel Ray, my character, is a bit of a bridge between the higher ups and the people who are down doing the job,
Mhm.
and sometimes they're reacting and, frustrated. with the company and everything that's going on. And I think Ray's a bit of a conduit almost between the two. So and he kind of shuffled Adrian off. Go, just leave. You're in a, go and have a pint or something. You're bad tempered. You just need to get out of here before you say anything that people might take, the wrong way. And of course they do, because as the storyline develops, something happens to Adrian. But yeah, so Ray's a nice guy, but he doesn't
Stuart,
seem
did
to
you bring
trigger
anything
what's
of
going on.
yourself to that? Did you bring anything of yourself to that role, or is it?
That's a good question. Basically, whenever I approach a role that's kind of similar. I mean, obviously, there's no, Ray looks like me, I look like Ray, but I'm not helped by lots of big costumes or extravagance. I kind of, what have I got in common with this guy? What have I not got in common with this guy? Well, Ray just doesn't seem to see what's going on around him. He's very clever with IT and stuff, but there's a lot of pointers towards something going wrong, and he just doesn't see it. Where I'm naturally suspicious, so I'll be like asking questions all the time, and Ray seems to be in a little bit of a denial about it. And yeah, I guess me and Ray are similar in many ways. We do like people. We want to have a good relationship with everyone we meet, and we kind of like try to remember the beats, the relationships we have with these people. And I think me and Ray, we're similar, but Ray's very different to me. He's very IT literate, and I'm not massively, so I wouldn't have a clue.
Gillian, how about you? Can you say a bit about your character, please? And similar thing. What do you bring to the role yourself? Are you at all like your character?
Yeah. So Donna, I took a bit of time to understand Donna, I will say, because I needed to understand HR. I never worked in HR before. And I haven't worked in big companies, for example, in my lifetime. So I really didn't know, is she a nice person? Is she a two-faced person? Some people are very nice, they're home with their family, they're a very different person than they are at the workplace. When I say nice, I mean, as HR in a big company, it seems very clear that she has to put a face on. She's in charge. There's a lot of men around her. And that takes a pretty fierce skill set to have and persona to have to survive in that world. And that's something, being someone who's worked mainly in acting and education, an education sector is mostly women, so it's a very different environment, although we have the business managers, the HR of the schools, if you like, who can be the Donnas. It's still a very different environment. So I ended up talking to someone who's on the cast, a lady called Kath, and she used to be an HR manager. So Nigel and Angela had connected me with her, and we had a really good chat about the role and what kind of skill set it requires. I do think Donna, in this, I kind of managed to find that she is a survivor in this world. And her aim and her goal is really to survive the change that's happening in the company without giving too much away, and to survive it the best she can and take with her in that realm of survival the ones that she enjoys working with and who give her what she needs to make her role successful and her survival successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she has to make a few quite harsh choices. And I think she's someone who's more okay with that. And I think that's kind of the difference between us. I admire her strength. I really, really do, because to have the strength to be, what's the word? The expression, cutthroat word. Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
It's quite a different skill set to have, and I'm not used to being cutthroat in my working life.
Okay.
I'm a collaborative person, so it's a very different persona. So, her stakes are really high for survival, not just in the company in her role, but as a woman in this world. And yeah, she has to keep it going.